what I do is I have I always have like a folder on Google Drive. You can see that you have the backtesting folder right here, and inside this backtesting folder, I have more folders with specific backtesting ideas, right? And what we're going to do now is we're going to go into this one, which is called Pure PA, which also says, new system. We're going to go into the backtesting template right here, which is this one here. And if you want to get access to this backtesting template, what you need to do is you want to go to Twitter or look at the description of this video and sign up to the newsletter. By doing that, you'll get access to this indicator. It will be sent to you as a welcome message when signing up to the newsletter. If you are already signed up to the newsletter, I will include this in the newsletter that will be sent out today. That I have all the trade examples on here, and I want to show you something interesting. Look at the results of this. We have right now, we have on NZD/USD, we have 22 trades. And if you look at the overall results on this backtesting template, this backtesting session here with all the trades I've taken, and I'm going to explain that, this is not the results we're looking for, but all the trades that we have taken, and then we organize it with by looking at different confluences, right? So the overall win rate is 40%, and the cumulative R is 5.8, which is, it's profitable. It's not terrible. What I like, however, is when I add these confluences. So confluence number one is price, is the entry inside the reload zone or on the 50%? Is there a golfing candle? Is the 4-hour stochastic RSI and the 1-hour stochastic RSI in the right location? If they are, you'll see here that confluence number one, all the trades that hit reload zone or the 50% has a 47% win rate and higher cumulative R, which tells us that the trades taken inside the reload zone or on the 50% fib adds a lot of confidence to the system. And confidence 2 also increases the system, and confidence 3 also increases the win rate, while confidence 4 is the one which increases the win rate less. But the interesting part is this: what happens when they all align? When all confidence indicators tells us that each of the 4 confidence indicators tells us that they're confident with entry. When that happens, you have an 80% win rate. So the win rate is double, right? The problem is there's only 5 trades. So by using this system, if you want to get a very high win rate, you're going to be looking at lower amount of trades. But that doesn't really matter, because what's interesting here is the win rate and the cumulative R. And the win rate is 80% and the cumulative R is 8.8. So the risk, the reward on this, and the average R is 1.8. So the reward is much higher. So you're making much fewer trades. Instead of taking 25 trades, you're only taking 5 trades. But the win rate is much higher and the risk reward is much, much higher. It's almost a double reward and it's double the win rate. So when you have a win rate of 80%, you have a really good entry strategy. And let's see, I can't remember exactly what I should have noted this, but I believe that, okay, so the idea is this. The overall idea that I'm testing is I'm not using the moving averages, right? So this is a big difference from the swing trading system that I'm trading today, which is the RLZ slingshot system, which I've been trading for years, which I'm really happy with. And what I'm doing here is I'm trying to test another type of system, not only to show you guys that it's possible to create a fairly simple system and trade it profitably, but I'm also looking to perhaps add another trade setup to my arsenal so that I can have different setups to trade and look at, because I do feel that the last year in the new conditions that we are with, increasing interest rates and that sort of stuff, it's fewer trades. Like the system is giving me fewer trades. So I would like to kind of fill in the gaps here with a possibly a new setup. So the idea is simple, very simple. We don't care about the overall trend by looking at the daily moving averages or the 4-hour moving averages. I mean, we don't really care about the moving averages as entry and exit points. We only really care about this. If there is a level, if price breaks it to the upside, if it gets retested right here, we want to take the trades. We're going to take all the trades where there's a break and retest of a level, right? And the idea with the backtesting is to see, are these trades, do they have better or worse win rate when we add those confluences, right? And one confluence that I'm watching is a engulfing candles. Is there engulfing candle? Is the reaction happening inside the reload zone on the 50? Is the stochastics RSI in agreement on the 4-hour and or the 1-hour on the setup? And we then look at the results, right? We could then also with the results, with the different win rates and the different with the different win rates and the different R of these different confluences, we could be trading the same system in different ways with different risk approaches depending on which of the indicators are confluence, if that makes sense, right? So if all the indicators is confluent, we have an 80% win rate. So having an 80% win rate, maybe we can risk 2% per trade. When some other indicators, which gives us 50% win rate, well, maybe we can risk 1%, right? So depending on what indicators are confluence at the time of entry, we can adjust the risk. Now, that is a dynamic risk approach that I've never used before in trading. All the time when I used the dynamic risk approach, it's been a failure because I'm trading one system and one entry trigger. But when you have different entry triggers and you know the statistics of those, it makes sense to have a dynamic risk approach based on the win rate and the risk to reward of the setups. So what we're going to do now is we're going to select a new pair and we're going to do the exact same testing once again. I'm going to go back and see, where did this start? So the beginning of the year, it seems like we the NCD USD testing was from the beginning of the year. So let's make a copy of the original, and then what are we going to test? We want to perhaps test let's test Euro JPY. We're going to test Euro JPY. We're going to go back to the January 1st. Going to use the replay function? I don't know. Maybe we should. Yeah, we should probably use the replay function. Yeah, because I'm going to be switching from between the 1-hour and the 4-hour time frame. And when you switch between time frames and you're looking at historic price data, you always go to the most recent price data, and it's very annoying. So we're going to be using the replay function to make sure that doesn't happen. So January the 1st, this is when we are starting the back testing. And I'm seeing the first level right here, which is this area right here. If we bounce in that area, we are going to take a trade. That never happened, obviously. So we'll continue. I'm not going to be adding the horizontal levels on the chart because it's, for me, it's just so obvious. And whenever I add a level, I have to remove it. So it just takes extra time. So we want to be quick here. Again, I'm only checking the 4-hour. Do we have a rejection here? No. All right. That's another level. So I'm liking this, right? So let's add the fibs here. And the TP strategy here is simple. We're just gonna TP at the first trouble area, which is this level right here. So that's gonna be TP. Now you look at this right here, and that was the candle that we looked at. Is that also a candle. Not really in alignment with the stochastics RSI. So that would be the short, and then this would be a 1.89R trade. So let's see if this works out. That's a winner. That's let's do 1.89. 1.89, and the first confluence is the RLZ plus 50. Yes. The second confluence is the engulfing. Yes, we had an engulfing. What about the 1 hour stochastic RSI at the time of entry? The 1 hour stochastic RSI is not confluence. You want the 1 hour stochastic RSI to be above 70, so that is not confluence. The 4 hour stochastic RSI, that was confluent, right? Yes, so we'll add that a 1. And I want to optimize this backtesting template to not only show me the confluence where when everything is a 1, I would like to be able to check the different confluence as if only 1 and 2 is confluent for example. But let's move on here. All right, and we want the retest, the break and retest. It's going to be a clean rounded retest, like I always say. Let's say wait for a bullish candle here. No, nothing. That's a pretty good candle, and it's a level here as well. So I'm going to try to kind of explain what I'm doing here. I'm basically ignoring the high time frame trend. I have no idea what the high time frame trend is. Now, people always say, trade with the trend, which is true, right? But this is not necessarily a trend following system. This is not a trend following system because I'm taking profits down here, right? So it could be developing a range here, and I don't really care because I'm taking profits when it moves like this, right? And here I'm taking profits, so I'm not letting the trades run. I'm not getting an entry and then just letting it run. I'm taking full profits. It's 1 position, 1 entry, 1 stop loss, and 1 take profit, which is a huge difference from the current system that I'm trading, where you basically have 4 take profits, which is in alignment with the overall trend. So here you have a 4 hour bullish, 4 hour bearish engulfing candle, and it's hitting the 50% fib. You want to have stop loss above that wick right there, and then TP is going to be at these lows. So it's going to be a 1.43R trade. Now we know that if everything aligns, it's on NCD USD over the course of a year, had an 80% win rate. Now you might hear 80% win rate, and you're gonna be like, oh, that's amazing. It's never gonna be 80% win rate, and it's never gonna be that good in live trading, right? So we need to make sure we are clear on that. So let's front run that level. So let's see what happens here. All right, so it's a TP on that one. So it's let's say 1.3R on that one. And of course, you see that the profits here is 1.9 and 1.3. You usually hear that you want to make sure that your TP is 2R or above, and 3R is the magic number. That's the best. But it doesn't really matter what R you have. What matters is you have to also check the win rate. What win rate do you have? And your win rate will determine what the minimum risk to reward per trade is going to be. And because of the win rate currently is quite high on this, I'm okay with risk, taking profits that is above 1. And if you have a 50% win rate, if your trades are 1R, you are break even, right? So if you have above 1R with 50% win rate, you are profitable. Maybe not that profitable, and that's why you want to have around 2R if you have a 50% win rate. But with a 2R on average per trade, you can actually have 40 or 45% win rate. If you have above 50% win rate, and lower your risk to reward on per trade. So let's look at the confidences right here. Did it hit the RLZ 50? Yes. Engulfing candle? Yes. 1 hour stochastic RSI? No, did not. But then on the 1 hour, look at that. It's like a beautiful, actually would have been a really good entry on the 1 hour, but it doesn't matter. So on the 1 hour, that's a no. And on the 4 hour, that's a yes. All right, let's move on. I'm keeping the setup on the chart, but I always remove the fib tool because it just gets messy. There's a breakdown. Another breakdown, and that's a hit of a resistance level right there. It did hit the 50 right here. See how it looks on the 1 hour. Yeah, I could have easily entered this trade based on the 1 hour right here, and look at how beautiful that would have been. Like that 1 hour bearish engulfing candle right here, and then all the way down here. That would have been risky, right? That would have been risky because we don't know about the 4 hour candle. So when I'm doing this, when I'm testing the system, I can't switch between the 1 hour and the 4 hour all the time. The entry has to be on the 4 hour, but that would have been a really good entry. Let's see how that would have worked out. Yeah, that would actually have been a stop bot, even if it's an entry, but this wouldn't have been a trade entry on the 4 hour. Let's continue. That a level? Yeah. All right. So we look at that one. That's a kind of like a break and retest of that level. If we add the fibs, we would add it from that one to this one. Makes sense. That's also 4 hour bearish engulfing candle. So would have entered here. Stops would probably be on those wicks, and then TP. So that's a 1.35R winner. And it's a hit of the 50 and almost a 618. So that's a 1 yes on that one. Engulfing candle, yes. Is it also complement with the 1 hour? No. 4 hour, yes. So currently we have a 100% win rate, but it's only 3 trades, right? We want to look at the whole history of your JPY this whole year. What would be the win rate of using a extremely simple break and retest system? Like you don't even need the fib. Like you don't even need the fib, right? Like you look at these 3 trades right here. You add a horizontal level. Like just add a horizontal level on the breakdown area. Let's do this. Like it's so simple, guys. It's so incredibly simple. It's a rejection of a horizontal level. This is also a horizontal level right here. And then you have going on with XMR. Is it would have been filled on that one? Never mind. So that's also a break and retest of horizontal level. Now what's confident with these entries right here? Well, if you look at the rejection here, everything what's confident with these are a 4 hour bearish engulfing candle at the rejection at that level. So 4 hour bearish engulfing candle here, 4 hour bearish engulfing candle here, and a 4 hour bearish engulfing candle here, and that's everything. That's it. You don't even have to add the RLC. Like you don't even have to add the fibs. You don't even have to add the stochastic RSI. These 3 trades here is basically would have been winners. Just based on that, just based on a very simple idea of a break and retest of a local horizontal level, ignoring the high time frames, everything like that. So when you're developing a system, you have to kind of like everything you know about trading, you have to be ready to test new things and kind of let everything go and test new things, because it's all about it's all about testing, right? It's all about testing to see what actually works. So let's continue here. But now, with that in mind, when you do add the indicators, well, you look at the difference. On NCD USD, it's a 40% win rate using this clear approach. But then when you add the indicators, it's an 80% win rate. So like, yes, obviously it's beneficial to use, look for confidences. But what I'm saying is you don't have to. You don't have to.